closing remarks. Thank you a lot for coming to the workshop. We prepared some slides just to give you some ideas about the amount of people that send papers to the workshop, some statistics, and so on. Can you go to the next slide, please, Nils? So basically, a lot of you know already that LatinX AI has many missions. Some of them are like helping you to become a better researcher, to become a better professor, in order to maybe to find opportunities to study abroad through the mentoring program, to work at international companies as well through the mentoring programs and other efforts that we do. We also, one of the very strong efforts by LatinX AI is to help people to access to international conferences, which is normally not very easy for people from Latin America. We also want to encourage to try to help people to solve problems that are local, that are more from Latin America. And for that, I don't want to say anything now, but and we're having some plans for that in the future that we hope to share with you very soon. So LatinX AI has been growing. I think Niels did a very nice presentation at the beginning, just showing how LatinX AI has been growing for the several past years. And now we are moving from mostly machine learning conferences to computer vision conferences, and this is our first effort. Can you go to the next one? So this is our first workshop. We have 120 general attendees from around the world. We got that many people, like people from Peru. Peru is we saw like 26 people from Peru, people from Chile, from Brazil, Mexico, Colombia, Guatemala, some from the US, Argentina, some people from Venezuela, and some other countries that couldn't make it to the slide because we don't have that much space. But we have a very good participation, even, I guess, compared to other previous workshops in machine learning conferences, maybe because of being CVPR. Okay, in terms of the level of the studies, we have 60 PhD students or people with PhD degree, 40 master students or people with master degree, and 20 persons with bachelor degree. Can you go to the next one, please? In terms of submissions, we had, I don't remember right now the exact amount of submissions, but we accepted 28 papers. We have this call for full papers that will be published in the proceedings, in the CVPR proceedings, and we invited as well the submission of extended abstracts. So we have 15 extended abstracts. And we see the numbers of the students, like 2 bachelor students submitted extended abstracts, and master students, and 3 PhD students. And for full papers, we accepted 10 that presented full, some of them presented long presentations. 3 master students, 5 PhD students, and 2 assistant professors are among the population who are the main author. Can you go to the next one, please? From the institution, maybe they are from some Latin country, but many of the students of the LatinX main authors, they are from these countries. We see people from Latin America, from Colombia, Mexico, Brazil, Chile. We see people as well from the US, Latin American people from Spain, working on Spain or Italy, but also from countries like United Kingdom, Germany, Saudi Arabia, and Australia. So we have people from all around the world. We only missing people apart from Saudi Arabia, not that many people from Asia, but we hope that in future iterations of the workshop, we can attract even more people. Can you go to the next one? So we have these 28 submissions, and then we decided that we wanted to give some prizes. As in previous other workshops, we have been also given prizes. But in this case, we have full papers and we have extended extracts. So we wanted to give prizes to both full papers and to extend that. So we explain a little bit how the process went. We had the submissions, and we have we invited a technical program committee to evaluate the full papers. We also had a very successful, I would say, a mentoring program in which we put together junior reviewers, so people that wanted to learn how to do a review process. We trained Matias Valdenegro, one of our chairs, did a training for that. So we helped people to get involved in the reviewing process. So some of them helped with full papers, and some of them helped with extended abstracts. So I want to thank all these people for this effort. So we want to before proceeding, I want to really acknowledge the reviewers, but also from the presenters who did a great work doing the posters, doing the final camera ready version, doing the videos and so on for this event to be successful. So thank you a lot. So now we will proceed with the awards. Can you go to the next slide, please, Nils? So before proceeding, after doing the initial selection of the papers for the extended abstracts and full papers to be presented in the conference, after that, we decided that we wanted some people not directly involved in the committee to look at the papers of some of the best papers. We already had ranking, so we did the ranking with the best extended abstracts and full papers. And we invited some people like Paola Cascante from the University of Virginia, who is part of the committee, Bianca from the Global Research, who is also part from the committee. But we also invited externals like Omar Flores from Twitter and Vicente Ordóñez from the University of Virginia to check the papers. I will explain which was the criteria they used to select the best papers and the best extended abstract. Basically, they used, can you go to the next one? Sorry, I was trying to go myself. They used this information, like the purpose, the purpose was clear. The selection of the key points was suitable for the presentation format, if the context was properly explained, if the paper was correct for the intended audience without using too much technical stuff, the speaking performance, etc., the video style. And we used 2 additional points, but I just want to stress them, like stress them here. It's like we wanted to as well consider if the research was original in the context of Latin America. So basically, we used these 2 other dimensions. But at the end, at this point, we are having like a research that is very general, is very basic research. So probably that aspects were not really taken into account because of the kind of research that was presented in the workshop this time. Can you go to the next one? So these were the criteria that was used for selecting the papers. And another important aspect is even if the call for papers, we had like, I don't know, 40 different items for the call for papers, like the area that we were accepting papers for different areas in computer vision. At the end, we decided to divide the papers in these categories: learning techniques, explainable AI, medical, biological, and cell microscopy, vision plus language or other modalities, vision applications like robotics or autonomous vehicles, post estimation and action recognition, and image classification. So if you went to the posters, you already saw that the posters were divided in under these categories. So we try to make it, we'll see that was not actually intended, but you will see that among the selected papers, you will have a lot of variety. Can you go to the next one, please? So for the first, we have 2 honorary mentions, one for the best standard abstract, which will get a price of 100 USD in cash. We have an honorable mention for full papers that won't be given any cash. And we'll have 2 best papers. One, the second place will be getting $200 US in cash, and the best paper will be getting $300 USD in cash. So let's go to the next one. The first prize, the honorary prize for best extended abstract is for this paper called Attention You Lack for Real-Time Instant Segmentation of Medical Instruments by Juan Carlos Cerón et al. From Tecnológico Monterrey and University of Oxford. Congratulations, Juan Carlos and his team. Can we go to the next one? Then the best paper, in this case, honorable mention, that will be getting only a certificate, is for, let's go to the next one, is for our dear Matthias Valdenegro from the German Research Center for Artificial Intelligence for the paper, I find your lack of uncertainty in computer vision disturbing. which is, I think, one of the topics of the workshop. We discussed about this kind of thing a lot, even in the last presentation. Can we go to the next one, please? Then the second prize for outstanding contribution that will be getting $200 goes to, next one, please, to Marker Pose Robust Real-Time Planar Target Tracking for Accurate Stereo Pulse Estimation by Jackson Mesa, Lenny Romero, and Andrés Marrugo from the Universidad Tecnológica de Bolívar. Congratulations, guys. And let's go to the first place. The first place, the best paper overall from the conference will be getting $300 for the author. And the name of the paper is some music, no? For budget-aware object detection by Alejandro Pardo, Meng Frost Xu, Ali Tabet, Pablo Arbeláez, Bernard Ganem from King Abdullah University of Science and Technology and Universidad de los Andes. Congratulations, guys. So these are the best papers. We have a very good quality. Honestly, I also helped reviewing some of the papers at the beginning. And I can say that I'm very happy, and I think Niels as well can say it, that we are very happy with the quality of the submissions, and we only hope to make the contribution stronger for the next iteration of the workshop. Can we go to the next slide? So we also want to thank our great team, Niels Murugarra from SNAP and myself. We are the organizational logistics. Emanuel Rossi and Christian Candon Ferrer from our sponsor chairs. Victor Escorcia for Samsung Cambridge AI Research Center, and Matías Valdenegro from the Research Center of Artificial Intelligence. Julio Mendoza from Universidad de los Andes, and Leonardo Neves from SNAP, who did specifically Leonardo and Julio did a great, really good work setting up this environment, which was really good. The OJ platform, they did a great job. So thank you a lot. Victor, Emmanuel, thank you a lot for your work with the papers and so on. And obviously the sponsors for getting all the sponsors that we'll mention a little bit later. Can we go to the next slide, please? Then for the mentorship charts, we have Paola Cascante, Pedro Braga, and Laura Ramirez Serna, who did really nice work with the mentoring program. We also want you because I think this mentoring program is one of the most important things in the LatinX in AI efforts. We want to help people to achieve their best. And then for the public relations and website, we have Alejandro Pardo, Luis Santiago, and Fabian Cava, who did a very good job with the Twitter, social networks, and so on, and with the website as well. And finally, but not least, Cristina Gonzalez, who was helping us with the volunteers, basically recruiting the people, interacting with the different persons, and making the organization of the workshop as smooth as possible. Thank you a lot to all the organization committee. Can we go to the next one? Then we want to thank our sponsors. Thank you a lot, Google Research, who was a platinum sponsor. Next, please. Facebook, who was a gold sponsors in this edition of the workshop, and will continue supporting our initiative. Next slide, please. Microsoft was a gold sponsor as well. Thank you a lot for your efforts and helping us with the LatinX in AI community. Next, please. Then we have another gold sponsor, Amazon Science. We are really grateful for your sponsorship. Next, please. And then bronze, we have Apple, Salesforce, and Snap. Two of the members of our organization are from Snap, so we are really glad that you decided to help us organizing this workshop and helping people with the registrations and prices and so on. Thank you a lot. Next one, please. And then bronze as well, Adobe, thank you to Fabian for helping us setting up this, and obviously NVIDIA, who have been sponsors for the workshops, all the LatinX in AI events in the last few years. Thank you a lot as well. And then I want to make a short announcement. We have been accepted to have another workshop at ICCV, the International Conference on Computer Vision 2021, which will be, unfortunately, virtual again. So we will be running that. I got the date will be on October 11th, okay? And we have some ideas. we will publish them in the website, so stay tuned for details. But we have some ideas about making like only it will be more like a social event with some the speakers. We want to invite people from the LatinX and AI community to make presentations as well. We want to do a doctoral consortium. We want to do some not only keynotes. We want to do some presentations and roundtables and tutorials as well. So we have some very interesting ideas. We hope to see you there in October. We are not accepting papers this time, but maybe in a future iteration. Thank you a lot. So next slide, sorry. And then you are welcome to the social hour. We will be having 3 rooms. Okay, the first one, the room number 1, is I would call it a hangout room. So you go there if you want to relax and meet people and talk casually about whatever you want, anything. And then in the other two rooms, we have this idea of making something like more participative, to have some discussion. And we have these 2 ideas. The first one is then room 2, we want people to give us feedback about this iteration of the workshop, of what can be improved, what some suggestions maybe for future events, like maybe you want to say, maybe you do this, the workshop, maybe even is virtual or a normal workshop. And I will be in room number 3, because what I want to gather is I want to learn about the computer vision ecosystem in Latin America. I think that something that has been missing, and we want to take advantage of that for this room, for this event, is to be able to know better what the people in LATAM is doing in terms of computer vision, and how can we help you serve you better as a community, because LatinX and AI is here to give you opportunities. But in order to make a good work, we need to know each other better. So the idea is just to discuss, get ideas, try to understand which are the difficulties of doing computer vision in Ecuador, maybe, or Peru, or something like that, or accessing resources, etc. So we want to have that kind of discussion. You are free to grab a beer or to have some wine and discuss with us. And I put here the guidelines that were prepared by some of our team. That is this. If you take the QR code, these are guidelines for attending CVPR, but we provide some slides for effective networking. So if it's your first time in event like this, you can use the information here to try to network more effectively. And can you go to the next one? Yeah. So join us, follow LatinX and AI on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and you can also reach us by email. And that will be all from my side. Thank you a lot. See you in the social hour.